Just Kit channel. In this channel, we take various problem statements that has been asked in big product companies and try to come up with a strategy and solve them. And during that, we also try to instigate or basically brainstorm with the users who are listening to this video, and hopefully that will help them to do be part of this exercise and also help them to be prepared for if there is any product management interview that's upcoming. Now today's problem is design a futuristic car wash. That's asked in Google in recent times. So yeah, let's see how we can approach it. At least that's what I tried to approach, and it would be interesting to get your opinion also on these. Now, the way I would like to approach is to first contextualize, then obviously think about customer segments, then we'll think about the flow, how we'll approach this problem, and then solution and recommendation. Next, let's move on. So, contextualize, right? So, I will talk about the car wash landscape here a bit, right? So, basically think about how does car wash really happens, and also would like to clarify potentially with the interviewer that what he really means when he says design a futuristic car wash. How futuristic do the solution has to be, like for example flying cars, kind of futuristic or something that I can even use now. Also, I would like to clarify that what does he mean by car wash? Is it a physical location where I take my car to, or is it something that I can install at home? So both these questions are good way to get context of the question that's been asked. Now let's assume that the interviewer says that it's something that I can use even now, and for the second part he says that it is a physical location where I can take my car to, right? So let's say that's the context. uh, Thinking about customer segments, there are two sides to a car wash setup, right? So there is the car wash company and the users who are going to take their car to the car wash location. Now in this case I'm going to assume that we are building this solution for the users who are taking their car to the car wash location. Why I did that is because that generally just by the sheer number of users for whom for we can impact and create an impact and solve the problem is much higher when you take car owners or users who are going for car wash rather than the car wash company. Is there any specific goal in mind, or is that something that I can choose? That's what normally I would ask the interviewer. For example, do you want to increase revenue for car wash company by making people wash their car more? I mean, that doesn't sound right, but yeah, we don't want them to get their car washed more, but it's more like, do you want to increase the revenue, which is the monetization side of things, or do you want to make it easier and convenient for people to wash their cars, right? So, or the second part is more like engagement and experience, right? Do we want to improve that? Asking that so that I can decide on how we measure success and approach the problem. So let's say the interviewer says no specific goal, just design a good car wash. Now in that case I would like to prioritize, and that's what I normally do, is make it convenient and easier for people to wash their cars. I went with this goal is because monetization is something that will follow later on. If you have a good engagement and good NPS and good experience for a customer, monetization will follow later on. And with that argument, that's what I would also give from my side. I'll select, let's say, making it easier and convenient for users to wash their cars. Yeah, let's talk about the flow of the solution. So pick a user segment, which we already did, and then define the goal. Like for example, design a super convenient and easy to use car wash system. No particular focus on monetary goal, as this is likely to be an MVP. Then talk about a day in life of the user, right? Person who is going for car wash, and that involves taking their car to the car wash, right? So that's what we'll talk about next. then come up with pain points, and then talk about vision with respect to this product. Uh, a very high level Uber level vision, I think, that will follow the goal that we have already created. Then come up with some solutions, prioritize them, and then talk about success metric and how are we going to measure them, and then talk about any constraints or drawback with the solution that we have recommended. So that's the overall flow and approach, right? Over and on and top of what we already discussed. Now, as far as overview is concerned, sticking to this previous slide, I'm going to design an innovative car wash solution that can be used in present day tech, but nevertheless is innovative and novel. So let's pick a location, right? Because obviously this is a physical product, so we cannot be going global. So yeah, let's start with a particular location, city, and then scale up. So I'm going to pick users in US living in tier 1 cities, namely San Francisco, LA, and New York, right? So that's what I would choose with. And then the second point, let's walk through a day in life of a user who is taking his car to a car wash, right? So let's say he gets up in the morning and sometimes during the day realizes that there is a need to get his car washed, or let's say he's driving his car and doing this his course, and he realizes that okay, there is 15 minutes that he has free and his car needs a car wash, so he just goes ahead and plans for a car wash. That's the two scenario typically. Then if what does he do next? He tries to find a nearest car wash or sees a car wash. Maybe he's driving and sees a car wash and then decides to use it during the day, or he tries to find the car wash. He finds the need first and then tries to find the car wash. Then next is if there is any wait, then the user waits and else gets the car washed, right? So the user waits for a while before getting the car washed and then pays at the beginning or the end, and then the job is done. So that's a typical workflow for somebody going for a car wash. What are the pain points, right? So yeah, let's think about the pain points in the journey in the typical flow we discussed. uh, you can also pause the video here and think about the pain points. Yeah, I'll go ahead in the next slide and talk about the pain points. uh, I came up with 3 pain points. So keeping a check on the state of the car, so when is the right time to wash the car, finding a good place to wash my car, so that's the next main point. Where do I wash my car? uh, and finally the third pain point is what do I do if there is a wait time involved, so how do I kill my time, kill my waiting time when there is wait involved. So when, where, and how, these are three main points, main pain points that I came up with. I hope you had, I'm sure you had much more, so do write in comments if there are more pain points that you came up with. Now, we know about the vision, which follows the goal that we had. So, the vision would be I'm going to create a car washing solution that will change how people get their car washed with utmost ease and convenience, right? So, that's my vision. Now, based on the pain points that we had, ideally we should prioritize like which pain point to go ahead with, but this is more like a open-ended question, so we'll try to come up with solution which can tackle more than one pain point, and because we are creating a futuristic solution. Now let's think about few solutions. What can be different solutions to tackle in the futuristic car wash? You can pause the video here and just take a moment to think about different solutions. I'll move ahead in the next bit, which is now addressing pain points identified in the earlier section 4A, 4B, and 4C. Three solutions that came to my mind. So first one is an app plus an alert in the car dashboard that informs the user starting from a couple of days in advance that their car needs cleaning. So basically solve for the when part in the previous pain point that we discussed. The second solution is a mechanism that kicks off a series of events that gives you user two options. Number one, solve for the where part, right? So number one is nearest car cleaning booth that the user can drive to, and number two, nearest car cleaning booth that is available, when which can arrive at car's location, at user's location, without the user having to drive his or her car to that place. That's an interesting solution, the second part. And the third one is, for B2 above, since the car cleaning takes place at the user's place of choice, the user at is at their luxury to utilize their time as per the requirement. So this does solve for the how part as well, right? uh, Given that we want to create a futuristic solution, I feel the pain point on where part has a maximum value, and I would like to build on that one. On that, I would like to build six, the second solution that we discussed, which is nearest car cleaning booth that is available, which can arrive at user's location without the user having to drive his or her car to that place. I'd go with this solution. Why? Because it addresses the two pain points. The number one, which is where to get your car washed, and also it addresses on how do I kill the time, right? So the user has the luxury to utilize the that time as per their requirement. So, and it's also futuristic, that it's a service that does not exist. So um, yeah, there is quite a meat here. Now, thinking about the success metrics, uh, I think a good success metric for this solution would be CSAT, because we are giving a service, so customer satisfaction is paramount, and that ties to a goal, which is about giving a fantastic car cleaning experience, and which is also futuristic. So a good car wash would ideally not require people to visit more often. That's what I discussed earlier in the video regarding monetization. Hence, the success metric needs to be designed with that goal in mind. Other product health metrics could be that time taken to initiate the request and the time taken to complete the car wash. Just shows how the product is performing, or product health in general. Obviously, no solution is without drawbacks. At least this solution, I have few drawbacks here listed out for myself. This solution might be more expensive than the ones that currently exist, right? The second one is from the supplier side, the capex can be higher, because hence people might not find it worthwhile to invest in such kind of setup to have like mobile car cleaning experience. Then third one is there might be issue of parking, right? The car wash setup at a place where user wants to get his or her car washed, right? So those are the three drawbacks with this solution. I understand every solution has a drawback, and it's important to highlight that, which as an interviewer, so that basically then you highlight that you are self-critical. And I think in general, in your day-to-day product management life, it's important to be self-critical and criticize your own solution that you come up with. Okay, so that's it from my side. Just to sum up, we started with the problem of designing a futuristic car wash. First, we thought, we contextualized a bit. We thought about customer segments, which customer segment will prioritize, came up with a goal. Then, based that, we had a flow in mind. You discussed about pain points, a day in life for the customer, pain points, vision, solution, prioritized, and success metric and drawbacks. We talked about the typical day of a user, talked about pain points, when, where, how, and then finally came up with a vision and then the solution of mobile car wash, and also discussed about the success metric and drawbacks. Hope that was useful. This is one of my first tries. I'm going to add much more videos, many more videos like this. I thought when I was preparing for product management interviews, or just thinking on product management in general, there were not enough videos in this direction, just talking about problem and running it through. That would help people who are preparing to be well prepared, and also gives an idea of how to come up with ideas as a product manager, and how does a product manager thinking really works. I hope this was useful. I'm sure you guys have many more ideas and pain points in terms of futuristic car wash. So please do comment here, and also if you like this video, just share within your community, and also subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot.